Hey, I'm gonna give you a reason why you should stay on top of stuff. That way you won't get in a bind and get behind. Here we go. What's up, folks? Yes, sir. I took a little time off for a few weeks just to kind of refresh my mind and do a little life evaluation. You ever do that? Anyway, hey, like the shirt I got for Christmas. I mean, I like the plaid, man, because I don't know whether to do something with lumberjack with this thing, or maybe I should go shoot a Bounty commercial. I don't know. But anyway, here's the thing about not getting behind. The best way to not get behind is to stay on top of things. Because if you're in a school setting as a custodian, or maybe you own your own cleaning business, and life happens, things happen. I know as a custodian, especially when I worked in the school system, we would get these emergency calls sometimes, or here would come a semi-truck full of copy and paper, or someone would be out and you would have to, work their job, cover 2 or 3 areas, just a lot of different things. Or weather would move in and school would get out early that day and you would have to stay and work and try to get all the lunch garbage out, or just all kinds of different things that happen. So here's the rule of thumb, because where I work now, I've never really got an emergency call, but to give you an example, a few weeks ago, I was taking lunch break and we had an incident happen where a commode had flooded over, and it flooded over onto a wood gym floor where they were laying artificial turf for the baseball team to practice in there. It was going to be a permanent thing with that, and had to get up and go. Well, that took a couple hours of my time. It was right at the time that students had left, and it was right at the time that I was supposed to be going through my buildings and cleaning bathrooms and picking up garbage and all of that kind of stuff. Well, did that throw me behind during that time? Well, yes, it did, and no. Because the reason is I try to stay on top of what I'm doing all the time. Not that I don't have those days to where, I don't feel as good and I'm not as productive, as some days. And one thing that I did not like when I was working in the school, had that schedule that, we're supposed to follow. But, I've said before in older videos that those schedules are not worth the paper that they're written on. Is it a suggestion? Because things are going to happen. So here's the thing. When the halls need mopping, mop the halls. Well, what does that mean, Mr. Jeff? Well, if it's not raining every day, or if you work in an area that, that it snows a lot, but it's not snowing today and there's nothing being tracked in. So what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is this, is that I kind of set some times that, I'm going to mop my halls with my automatic scrubber on, let's say, Tuesdays and Fridays. And that's my time. But if I see that they need mopping another day, not just because I've set aside, Tuesdays and Fridays to mop my floor. If it needs it on Wednesday, or if it needs it on Monday or Thursday, because it has rained and this stuff's been tracked in, I better get that thing out of the closet and mop it, because something might happen tomorrow. I may be sick, somebody may be out, and I need to get it done. Just stay on top of it. If my closet's getting low of supplies, I better get myself to the supply room and I better get that closet stocked, because something may come up and then I've got to get in a hurry because I'm behind to get my bathrooms done or something. I don't want to be having to run halfway across campus to the supply room to get me something. I need to keep it stocked. I need to keep things. I need to stay on top of things. That will make your job a whole lot easier. You can set your own pace more that way. Because, with our job, sometimes we have to pick up the pace, we have to pick up the speed. But for me, my saying has been for a long time, control the job, don't let the job control you. So if I'm staying on top of things, if I'm keeping my closet stocked, if I'm keeping those floors mopped when they need it, and different things like that, well, when emergency rises, or I get a call, I have took some of the pressure off myself ahead of time. Ahead of time. You get that? Because I run into people all the time. Well, I'm behind. This is my time to do this thing. Man, let that go. You got the next day. If you can't get it, it's all right. You're going to get it. I promise you, there's not going to be some magical fairy that's going to sneak in your building and do it for you. You're going to have to do it. So what are you saying, Mr. Jeff? I'm saying use the time that you have and use it wisely. And if you get caught up, hey, you're caught up. Enjoy the time that you have, because I can promise you, it ain't going to last long. You're going to be hammering it again. Just stay on top of things. And here's a big thing. I just want to say this before I get off here. Here's a big thing. If you forget to do a little something, or if you've missed a little something, don't stress over it. Don't worry about it, okay? Because, sometimes that we're the only ones that know that we've missed anything, okay? Say you forgot to sweep a stairwell. You didn't have time to sweep that stairwell that day, or, whatever. You missed a garbage can or whatever. Just, you didn't get that handprint off that window. It's all right. It'll be there. It'll be there. Don't stress yourself out. Just try to maintain and stay on top of things. It's going to be all right.
Don't be a cleaner. Just go sit in your closet and don't do nothing and let that stuff pile up on you. Then when you get an emergency call, you're going to go, I don't have time to do nothing. And it's just messed up my whole day, so I just ain't going to do nothing the rest of the day.